Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome inside the Fan Cave. This is the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. Bob Pompeani joined tonight by It's a Mueller Monday. Chris Mueller up at 93.7 The Fan, and this is the beginning of a game week. We're actually going to have a game, which hopefully will settle some of the questions that I think we've all been talking about. Chris, how you doing tonight? And you're excited to actually see a game and not just practice and more practice and practice, as Allen Iverson used to say.
Yes, I am excited to see a game, Bob. I would be remiss. I usually don't show off the T-shirts, but I'm rocking the Clayton tonight. So in memory of our buddy John Clayton, who we miss very much, throwing down with that one. But I am excited, Bob, because I do want to see. You know what? This is what's, I think, the best part about, I guess. There's obviously the uncertainty, which is the other side of the coin with no more Roethlisberger and that position, which gets so much scrutiny, being locked down for so many years. Man, it's going to be interesting. I'm not necessarily optimistic in the case of two of the three of these guys, but it'll be interesting to see Mitch Trubisky put on that uniform, play a little bit. Mason Rudolph, we've seen him. I guess see if he's got any new tricks up his sleeve. I doubt it. But then obviously the main event is, I don't care if he comes in the fourth quarter with a bunch of third and fourth stringers, guys who will be working regular jobs in a couple of weeks. I want to see Kenny Pickett put on a Steelers jersey and throw some passes. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, and I think you should see that. Probably in the second half mostly, although Mike Tomlin will make that official, at least his intentions, on Thursday. But I'd like to see Pickett with the first team, too. I think if this is truly something that they want to use as a competition, then I think it's only fair that he gets a start next week. I don't know if Tomlin will do that because it seems like they've already made the decision Trubisky's a starter, but it would be nice to see what he would do. And, you know, that may last only 2 series, but I think you'd have a better idea of what goes on. Because what happens in third and fourth quarters of games in the preseason, you're liable to see a lot of crazy stuff, and the offensive line could certainly dictate a lot of that too.
Bob, have you ever seen the end of the movie Usual Suspects? You ever seen the movie, period?
I do, and I'm trying to...
We won't ruin it.
Okay.
We won't ruin it for everybody. But there is a twist ending, obviously, and there is a point at the end where all the pieces come together for the viewer and the character, right? I had an epiphany today on the air, and I think because it wasn't ponies, he didn't like it as much, but if he had come up with it, perhaps he would have liked it more. First off, this is all related to the quarterback competition, right? There is no competition, at least for the starting job. It's Mitch Trubisky's. Everything they've done, their entire posture this whole time, it's Trubisky's job. But Mike Tomlin never said it was a competition. He just said quarterback competition. He never said for what position on the depth chart. So I think it is very clear that the quarterback competition is for second. Mm-hmm. Now, we all think Mason Rudolph's eventually going to get dealt and Kenny Pickett's going to get that job, and I hope he does. I hope he starts, actually. But I think the more interesting thing here is, does there exist a competition between Rudolph and Pickett? Because I think that might be what Tomlin was referring to all along. Yeah. And he tricked us with semantics, Bob.
He's good with semantics, as you know, and he can do that to you. So he wasn't telling you what wasn't happening. He just didn't define it fully, and I think that is the case. And you may see next week Rudolph go into the second half and Pickett come in ahead of that. So we'll see how that goes, but it should be interesting. By the way, Steve Banko, our producer, I'd like to bring up our GMC Sierra tweet of the night if we could early, just because we mentioned Kenny Pickett, and I know Pony has been on this train since the beginning. So our tweet of the night, yes, is from Alex Kozora, who's up there doing everything, trying to log everything. And he says, we've talked about Kenny Pickett's progression week 1 to week 2. Here's what it looks like. First week, 50%, 55 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Second week, 71%, 170 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Clear improvement across the board. So I know that this is something that will inspire Pony, and he will take it to another level tomorrow, I'm sure, on your show.
I want to make this clear. I actually have a lot of respect for Alex Kozora, who sits in the stands and charts all of this stuff. I'm just trying to imagine charting, and probably accurately knowing that it's him, yards per attempt in training camp.
When there's no, especially early on, some of these guys just run free all the way down the field. So how do you actually determine what that is? So
well, that really skewed his yards per catch. Yeah, he had an 80-yard after the catch run there. That was, the tackling was really shoddy. PFF has chalked up the Steelers with 820 missed tackles so far at camp.
Well, we have a lot to get into. We're going to do that with our callers. It's 412-575-2600. Also, the name Franmil Reyes is out there today because he was made available by the Guardians the other day, and I see that the Cubs picked him up, and I was curious if the Pirates would have had that opportunity. We'll talk about that and other stuff. We want your opinion, so call us right now. This is the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. We're on 7 nights a week right here on Pittsburgh CW.